Did this monk really fly? He could barely read, failed every exam, could not even carry a tray without dropping it. But when he prayed, he flew. This is not legend. This is the life of a real Catholic saint, Joseph of Cupertino. His story is not clean or easy. It's strange, quiet, unsettling, and entirely holy. Joseph was born in 1603 in the small southern Italian town of Cupertino in the region of Apulia. His father, a carpenter named Felice, died in financial ruin before Joseph was even born. His mother, Francesca, was left penniless, homeless, desperate. When Joseph arrived, there was no cradle, only a stable. His first days were surrounded by animals and straw. From the start, Joseph was different. He cried constantly, could not be calmed. As he grew older, he drifted into long silences. He forgot instructions, broke things, missed conversations. His family feared something was wrong. He was difficult to teach, slow to respond, easily overwhelmed by noise or crowds. They called him Bocca Aperta, open-mouthed Joseph, because he often stood staring upward, mouth agape. Some thought he was simple, others thought he was touched by heaven. Either way, he did not belong. His mother, exhausted and ashamed, sent him to live with relatives, but no one kept him for long. At 17, Joseph tried to join the conventual Franciscans. They rejected him almost immediately. Undeterred, he approached the Capuchins, a stricter, simpler Franciscan branch. They gave him a chance. He lasted 8 months, dropped dishes, burned meals, wandered off during chores. He spilled an entire pot of soup meant for the friars. They sent him away. Joseph returned home in disgrace, but an uncle gave him one more chance. The conventual Franciscans at Grotella accepted him, not as a friar, but as a stable hand. He shoveled dung, fed animals, kept his eyes down, and something shifted. He stopped pretending to be clever, stopped trying to fit in. He fell into deep silence. He prayed, almost constantly. His presence, though awkward, began to feel strangely peaceful. The brothers noticed. He never complained. He showed up every day. They saw his simple sincerity. He was given the habit. Then, allowed to study for the priesthood. Almost impossible. Joseph could barely read. He failed nearly every exam, but he memorized one passage from the Gospel of Luke. At his final test, the examiner asked about that exact passage. Joseph answered. The panel, moved by his humility, passed him. In 1628, he became a priest. He did not preach well, was not given important duties, but his prayers deepened. His body would go still. He would fall into trances, and then he began to float. It started during Mass, during music, during the name of Jesus, during quiet prayer. His body would rise, lightly, slowly, as if pulled by a thread from heaven. At first they were stunned, then afraid, then amazed. Word spread. He floated during processions, during the Eucharist, in his cell. People wept, horses reared. Records say he levitated over 70 times, some say over 100. He never tried to do it, never wanted it. He begged God to make it stop, but it kept happening. The church was unsure. He had no heresies, no strange teachings, only levitation. But the spectacle became a problem. Crowds came. They treated him like a relic. So they hid him. He was banned from public mass, moved from friary to friary. In 1639, the Inquisition investigated, no heresy found, but they kept him isolated. Naples, Assisi, Fossombrone, Osimo, each moved quieter, each friary more remote. Avoid prayer in public, avoid crowds, avoid attention. For years, Joseph lived in near solitude. He fasted, he prayed, he stayed unseen. The floating stopped, perhaps because no one was around to witness it. But near the end, it happened one last time. No audience, no noise, only a quiet prayer and a gentle rising, then back down. He died in Osimo in 1663 at 60 years old. He left no books, no sermons, no great theological legacy, only confusion and awe. Today, Joseph of Cupertino is the patron saint of students, test takers, aviators, and those with learning difficulties. Not because he was brilliant, but because he was not. Not because he succeeded, but because he did not. He stumbled through life, frustrated his teachers, was passed from place to place. But he prayed, and he kept praying. And sometimes, without asking, he floated. He is not a saint for the polished. He is a saint for the misfits, the quiet ones, the ones who never get picked first. And for reasons no theology can fully explain, God lifted him up anyway.